racism every single day of our lives. Um, First, just to get out the way right quick, Peckerton Ron passed away. I think he took himself out after that last one. He'll never be on this program again because he's not on this earth anymore. He's dead. Um, so we
Wait,
just,
he really passed away?
Wait, he's dead?
yeah, he's dead. He's gone. He's out
Hmm.
of there.
What happened?
I don't know. He probably hung himself upside down in the toilet and drowned or something. I don't
Now,
know.
why would you say that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. I
That
don't.
was unkind.
He was an unordinary person, so he probably died an unordinary death. That's all the fuck I can say. But rest in peace.
Man, I hope it's not no white boy that took him out, because he got too friendly
Man,
because he
wouldn't
thought
that put the fucking icing on the cake? And to think I gotta go march out on the streets for this nigga. Ain't that a bitch?
March? Who does that? You be marching?
It's a joke now.
Oh, my bad.
Come on now.
I'm like,
You
what?
gotta know what time it is now. You gotta know
Hmm.
what time it is. And I speak white folk language too, so don't you'll peep it out. um so with that being said, though, he's done. If you all want to check it out, also first, everyone, if you're not subscribed to Wrestling with Racism, check out the other content, and if it hits you to to the core, subscribe and share with every American Negro that you know, whether they are wrestling fans or not. Um, Also, I started a TikTok and an Instagram. It appears that I'm not going to be on Instagram too long. I can't mention black without fucking them flagging my shit. And it could be the most kind-hearted, like, oh, that's a beautiful black moment or some shit like that, and they flagged that. So I don't know how long I'm gonna last on there. And TikTok is much softer than I thought. So I put a few things up there and they got the flagging that and shit. So I don't know. I don't know how long I'm gonna last up there. But both of those are under Wrestling with Racism. And you all could go check that out, subscribe, and also on I'm gonna hold off on that third platform right quick. Um Also that is it. Instagram, TikTok, um, yeah, that's it. YouTube. Make sure y'all check all that shit out. Specifically on YouTube, check out the Message to the Grassroots series as we prepare for the new project 2025. When you are frightened and confused, which way will you choose? All of that will be laid out when I do my very first speech, America Prevents, which was supposed to take place on December 31st, 2025, but I chose to postpone that for certain reasons. But it is going to be very soon within at least the first quarter of the year. It is a very important uh, plan. So we're gonna hold off on that real quick. Also, I'm still waiting on one person, so I don't have this fucking time. And I'm not gonna chew you out right now, Mike, because this was unexpected. I know I just went on and threw it up there right quick, but don't make me bring my inner Ike Turner out in this motherfucker. All right, I'm playing though. Duke, I do need to get in touch with you personally. So I'm gonna do that at some point, depending on how long we go today, or possibly tomorrow if you're free. I do need to chat it up with you and shit. Don't worry,
No problem. No problem.
everything is okay. Okay.
Hopefully. All right. I just talk about the wrestling stuff is I mean I will say this: World's End, AEW's World's End was this year's was a lot better than last year's. 'Cause last year's I felt God, it felt like everything last year was just bad. Everything there was no the only best match there was like the old guys, and that was it. I was like, this is probably the worst match in AEW's history, culminating with the worst feud of all time, and it's still this year's MJF versus Adam Cole. That feud was so terrible. This is probably the worst feud AEW's done. I'm going to say it's probably the worst feud probably in this year. I would just say that. I would say that. Other than I would like, there's like you could say there's other stuff that's bad. and everything.
Yeah, it was
But I feel
terrible.
like watching those two just going back and forth, and I'm like, good lord,
Was the match
just
bad?
stop.
The match was
I
bad.
thought the MJF Jay White feud was
No
worse.
man, here's the crazy thing. I honestly think the matches were like decent. I don't know which is worse though. I'm torn for this or Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley because those matches were pretty bad, and the storyline I was exhausted with the storyline. You know, by
It's
August and
funny how the
such.
business recycle
But
itself.
I don't know which is worse: a terrible storyline that has like some decent to good matches, or a bad story, a storyline that connects with people and such, but has terrible matches. I don't know which is worse because at the end of the day, you have to get into the ring,
asked y'all this
right?
The
before.
ring has to be the payoff because you got to know how to finish.
I asked y'all this before. I asked y'all this
Yeah.
before. Can you sit down and watch a program, a 2 hour program? Can you watch a 2, 4, 6? I'm sorry, I'm eating 6 hours of um good wrestling, just good, straight good. Every match is good wrestling for 6 hours a week.
Yes.
I could do that.
A week. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. I did it when I was a
So,
kid.
but I'm talking about
when
if
now.
it's
the
good,
Monday Night Wars.
yeah, as long as it's good.
So, what is y'all true
Because if it's
problem?
shit, then no.
What are y'all true problem with AEW then? Don't AEW provide good wrestling?
Most of the matches are just the matches can be good, but the stories though I don't like. It's just like the stories between the whole thing is bad. I'm not feeling the Death Riders thing. I think I want that to end because I'm tired of the oh look, Group A wants to destroy Company B. I'm tired of that same
Yeah,
stuff. I don't want
they
authority
couldn't even
figures.
get the big wins at the
I
beginning.
barely tolerate authority figures in WWE. I
Here's the
hate them in
question.
AEW. I hate
Here's the
them in
question.
I hate them in
Here's the
TNA. In
question.
fact, I,
You talking about
uh,
okay? First of all, let's get to the rooted shit. All right, who all is officially a part of Tony Khan creative staff?
at the end of the day, Tony Khan
We
puts
got the
books
end of
it
the
though. It doesn't
day.
matter
Who else
who's
is the
on the
other
staff at
people?
this point. Let's see, Will
Yep,
Washington
Will
and
Washington. I
I
don't know if
think
he's
RJ
FDA or not.
City and I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's Tony Khan saying yes or no, right?
The reason
Yeah,
He
why I
wants
asked
to
that,
take all the
the
credit. You
reason
got to
why
take
I
all the
asked that,
blame.
I want to know who he's getting suggestions from. I want to know who he's working with because you saying that he got the final decision, yes. But Vince McMahon got the final decision, but Vince McMahon is not sitting down writing every single story either. So I want to know the basis. I
Oh,
want to know
yeah,
who's the
some of it.
basis of his group that's writing this shit. I know that he approves and disapproves everything, but who is he working with and who is he taking advice from?
Oh, there's that lady from
The
Mercedes
racist bitch.
Monet has had, and
Jennifer Peppermint,
yeah,
the racist. She was named in that lawsuit.
yeah. Oh, oh yeah,
Hmm.
her.
yeah.
Well, she I think I think she does well. I think she was helping with Harley Cameron and all that stuff. So, and also I have to she if she's one part of the women's thing, I gotta say, um, though while the AEW women's did get strives, but my goodness, it fell off when you know uh
Mercedes
the
Monet.
when not Mercedes, but I think right around All In, it's got a little bit fired back because the
Well,
better
are you? Wait a
quality
minute. Wait a minute.
opponents.
Wait
But
a
I
minute.
think
Wait a minute. Wait a
Ryman
minute. Are you
beating Tony
saying that it
Storm,
fell off after Tony Storm fell off?
yeah, and then she left, and then she came back
So are
a
you
couple weeks
saying that
later.
are you
I think it
saying that the
started
reason
getting
that the women's division in AEW was so good is because of Tony Storm?
the stories they had. That was the issue. There's no story in for like
Yeah,
it takes a while to
Mariah
build up
May
a
and Tony
story
Storm
and to have
had the best story.
Yeah, you can't take
That
that
was the
away from
only.
them. Heck, like I said, yeah, it was probably the best women's story in probably in wrestling. I know that would be a little bit. Someone say, "Well, what about this?" I'm like, honestly, storyline wise, it's predictable. It's everything else, but the way it connects to people and such, that to me is the better story. And the wrestling was really good too. So it's just like you could throw out that. Oh, what about like I said, the Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley and everything. They might have some good promos, but the wrestling was crap. And everything else, I mean, but they could get
So
away with it because WWE is hot right now. Heck, they're selling out like house show numbers, like 6, 7, 8,000 house shows and such for house shows. So yeah, they're doing pretty well. And the problem is, the issue is I think with AEW is the quality of stories, and that's the problem with the quality of story is they just I think there needs to be a huge reset. I want a huge reset that has no more of these companies take over storylines. In fact, I want a moratorium for like 30 years in wrestling, be it in WWE, be it in TNA, New Japan, MLW, AEW, wherever. No more company takeover storylines.
here's the thing right here.
All
Here's the
right?
thing, Duke,
Yeah.
Mike,
No more company takeovers, nothing. I want just straight up simple
Duke,
stories, simple
Duke.
things,
Here's
and
the
that's
thing.
all we have. And build up to
Here's
that
the thing,
is.
Duke and Mike. I need you to hear me too. And first of all, and I told you both this before, possibly together, and I told you this before, possibly individually. I'm ashamed of both of you. You both ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You both should be ashamed of yourselves for being fucking AEW fans. And when we get finished with this program, and I'm not your father, like Christian, maybe your father. I'm not your father. But I'm telling you both to go stand in the fucking corner and
Oh,
reevaluate yourself. All right. AEW suck.
Mm,
Um, Tony Khan don't know what he
you think
doing.
WWE's doing better?
We're gonna get the WWE. One form of injustice do not cancel out the other. And that should have been the title of this. One form of injustice don't cancel out the other. But we're gonna start with AEW because this the topic right now. Um, this can correlate with what I'm about to say to the WWE. You know, we done seen it all as wrestling fans. We seen it all, not just as
yeah.
wrestling fans. And every form of entertainment, whether it's from movies, music, theater. If y'all go to the theater, we seen
Yep.
it all. You know what I'm saying? Um, Funny movies can still be creative, but are they really? You know, a lot of them is piggybacking off of old shit. You know what I'm saying? Recreating shit and this, that, and the other, right? Um,
Yeah. A lot of remakes,
yeah.
reboots.
Remakes and studios being so scared they have to focus on IPs, which sadly, here's the real sad truth about all that and such is because everything costs, they go for that big $1 billion hit. And I think that's what WWE and AEW and everything that's just pro wrestling is so cheap. I'm still like I don't know why Disney wasted all that money on Fox or whatever and everything else. They should have just kind of like bought
They took a
WWE. They would
risk.
have like cheaper
They took a
content.
risk.
They would have had cheaper. They would have a lot more cheaper content and had a lot more return on investment. The next Star Wars
No,
TV show,
hold on one
Andor, and I
second.
like
Hold
Andor,
on one second.
but
Hold on one second. No.
by getting
Two
back to the
seconds.
point when it gets back
Two
to
seconds. Oh, he dipped out. The thing I don't understand about certain people is when you're not wanted, why do you stick around? And when we give you the opportunity to speak, you say nonsense. That is like having no life, no type of life. You need to do something about yourself. I don't know, but go ahead. I don't like white folk. I mean, that white folk that act like that. Go ahead, dude.
all right, but yeah, I'm just saying when I look at all this, it just shows me that the waste of money and the waste of time and the waste of everything there, the WE, it's cheap to do all this stuff, and that's what I'm trying to turn it back to. You may not hate it both, but by goodness, other than reality television, Pro wrestling is the cheapest thing to do.
Well, it's
It's
cheap for
cheap.
them
You
because
can film
it's
like
cheap for them
multiple
because they
shows.
own everything. They own everything that they got. So the only thing they doing is what? Renting out these buildings? Everything else is
Yeah,
pretty
rent
much
out the
profit.
buildings, and yeah, and
But here's the
the end.
thing
I
though.
mean,
My point
seriously. I
though that
mean,
I was my
remember the NWA when they first Power came on? They had an old TV station, old TV department, and everything else. And I'm like, I honestly think I wouldn't be surprised if just AEW and WWE would just do that for their shows at that point. Now NXT, they do that right now because that's where their whole thing is. It's just basically a small. It was first Full Sail, then there's the Capitol Center and all that type of stuff. So it's just really cheap to produce this stuff. So give me a couple. This is just going to be what it is for the next couple of years. And it sucks though because I like having good quality entertainment, good writing stuff like other stuff there, and it frustrates me to see a friend just see things just like you know that everything is bloated out in proportion and connects to stories like what AEW did, long bloated stories that at the end of the day don't really don't really hit. That's the problem with these stories and such and everything else. Like I said, it's all connected and such. Big bloated productions that
well,
fail
okay,
more often
here's
than
the
not. It's like
thing
the
though.
small,
The
cheaper stuff.
I could have cut everything that you just said. The point that I was trying to make is this. When the fact that we seen all forms of great entertainment, um, what else could be done in the wrestling business to one suspend your disbelief? That's key when you talk about wrestling. All right, Adam Cole cannot
Nothing.
suspend your disbelief.
Nothing. Just
Cody Rhodes is as good as great of a
it's
chemistry that he has. He cannot suspend your disbelief, right? Um, what can be
well, he
done?
does. It's about
What
production.
right, yes, production, and that's where WWE got the stranglehold. So they can make anybody, they can make a Triple H wrestling a broomstick look interesting, right? Because they have done that, right?
Mm, not really. It's just no. I mean, later age Triple H before he retired, those things before he
Dude,
retired, they
didn't
were
Triple
terrible.
H wrestle a
And
broomstick on Monday Night Raw? You don't remember that?
no. The thing about JBL, yelling at a dinosaur.
What is he talking about? Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's what. Yes, I remember this stuff. It was back in '03, '04, I believe, where JBL had that long reign of terror and ratings went down because they're the only game in town, and I think that's the reason why a lot of people are happy with WWE now. Is just that like finally WWE is good.
It's not good though.
They're like finally Hunter. No, they
But it's
because
not
again
good though.
they're operating on the Batman is gone. They're operating on the Batman's gone. Vince McMahon is
That's
gone.
what they're
Even though
operating
all
on.
the sex
That's what
pest.
they're operating on. But the problem is the shit is not good.
Well, to you, but it's people love it. They
Look,
love it.
let's
It
talk
is
about it.
like they love
Let's
it
talk
though.
about it. That's why I said we gotta hold off on the WWE. We gotta stay in context right quick. Let's stay on AEW real quick. We are
Oh, AW, I think the problem is they did not. I honestly, the one problem is like they promised things that they did not do that. Oh, Priya Party was gonna have a tag team title match at with Leo Rush
so
and
that match
Archer and
was
Reddy.
supposed to happen, right?
I thought it was gonna be at World End, but nope.
That
Yeah, but it didn't
so
happen.
the white person that tried to tell me that that
That's
was
like
supposed to happen, they wasn't lying there, right?
yeah, it was
So
did not
why
happen.
didn't it
It was like
happen?
frustrating. I don't know. The card was so
Oh,
filled
it's
up.
filled up with
I honestly
whites
think they just
and
I think
Japs
like Adam Cole
and
and stuff.
Mexes.
Just handle that on like just they could have done that like on no, no Rampage. Just put that on Collision or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I didn't care for that match, and I think it would have been a lot better if they would have put the Leo Rush, Action Andretti, and the private party match there. The crowd would have been
So,
kept going
dude,
because it
here's the
would probably been
thing.
the best thing out
Here's the
there.
That would have
thing.
been good.
Here's the thing. We gotta stay in context, all right? Um, I asked you
Yeah.
what could be done to make Wrestling overall. I know we're not talking about WWE, but overall, better product.
Wrestling will.
Things that we haven't seen before. Before I give my official response today, Mike, do you have any ideas of what could make wrestling overall more enjoyable for old school wrestling fans like ourselves? Long term, long tenured wrestling fans.
Yeah, I'll try to
That's
try to merge better storytelling with wrestling.
But WWE never been based off of wrestling. They've always been based off of entertainment. Do you think it's a different type of form of entertainment that they could possibly try? Do you think that they should try to go back a little raunchy and make Liv Morgan take her titties out or something? Um, like you think something? I need ideas. Owner, you got anything?
As far as pushing women's wrestling,
Wrestling overall. Do anybody got any ideas
uh,
of what could make the
they gotta
product
start killing.
better?
Simple
Simple
They gotta
stories.
stories,
start.
but things that's never been done before. Do you think that they got to keep rehashing shit, or do you believe that they should try something different, original, and new? And if they try something different, original, and new, what do you think that that could be? So let me give y'all an example of what I mean. I believe that they should try something that they haven't tried before, putting more effort behind American Negro wrestlers. I mean, even if you got to have a full show of them, that's fresh. I noticed that ever since Swerve been interacting with Bobby Lashley, it's still the people still got the still believe that Bobby Lashley is a black man. The majority of people do not know that he's a Hispanic. The majority of people do not know that he's not an American Negro. He's a Hispanic through and through. Both parents are Panamanian. So since he came onto the scene, he has been getting more. The pops didn't, what? Kyle Fletcher or whatever, Kyle O'Reilly. Who is these people? Will Ospreay and stuff like that. Can y'all agree to that, Duke? You just went to an AEW show. Is Bobby Lashley and them getting bigger
Yeah,
reactions?
yeah. But Osprey is
But the,
popular.
the point that I'm trying to make
I
is, are
mean,
they
they
getting bigger
Osprey.
reactions? That did Bobby Lashley get the bigger reactions than everybody else that night? And Swerve, did they get the bigger reactions?
Mm, Swerve got a huge reaction. It was so loud, I couldn't even hear the promo. Swerve
I
is that
remember
popular.
that.
And I had the DC crowd singing. They heard people from when the Hurt Syndicate came out. Like
Yeah,
they
they
heard
started. Yep, they
people.
start
Yeah,
singing
they
along
sung
that.
that part.
Yeah. So my
So
point
I think
black is
full.
fresh to them unconsciously. Black is fresh to them. And I think that if they add, and I've noticed that the views that AEW get, black wrestlers Swerve and Bobby Lashley and on them, their views are much higher than everybody else's. Y'all go check that shit out yourselves. It's something
That's true.
about
Yeah,
black it's something about black that's attractive. And that's something that they're not focusing on.
Oh
And I
yeah,
believe that if you
yeah.
do add more,
I think that
if
should
you do
be.
add more black color to the program, that's something completely different that the business has never seen before.
NXT's done that, and they've been doing pretty well.
Have some black
NXT
story
has done
writers
that
come up with
for the most part.
Disappoint
stories that
NXT.
show various sides of the black American culture.
And the problem with NXT is the
Not to
same
mention
problem
this,
it has
not to
always
mention
been.
is NXT not the best bell to bell show. NXT got the best wrestling storylines, and they got the best wrestling. True or false?
True. But the problem with NXT is that it's always been the problem of it. It's the minor league system. Once these guys get
It's not a
to the
minor
main
league. It's
show,
not a
what happens to them?
we're
They
gonna
get called
we're
up,
gonna
and they.
discuss that. We're gonna discuss that. I need to stay. Oh, shit! You
But
keep
that's the
telling me to
problem. Yeah,
be right quick.
with
We go.
I'm not no, but that's what WWE called it. Now that their brand, then it's a minor league game, whatever. But yeah, when they
Developmental.
do get called up to the Raw and SmackDown brands, yeah. But when they get called up, what happened to
Wait a minute.
Carmelo
Wait a minute.
Hayes?
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Wait a
that
minute.
one series with
Hold on. Duke, I got to show him right real quick. We got to stay in context. I'm moving on to because you about to start moving on to all.
But
You
yeah, like
moving
I'm
on to all the
saying
stuff that I already
is,
got to talk about,
but
but we got to stick with AEW right quick. So
Yeah.
let's stick with AEW real quick. Before I get to my part of World End, is there a reason that they gave as to why Private Party didn't wrestle at the pay per view? First of all, were they advertised to wrestle at the pay per view?
Nope.
I believed it
Like, did they announce
was,
it? Because I know
but
they wasn't on no
it was
poster.
just like I thought they said something like, "Oh, if you beat," I think it was like, "Oh, if y'all two beat each other like a collision or something, we'll give you a tag time match at the next pay per view." Which
Hold on, let me try to get these motherfuckers in here because I tagged them earlier and shit. Because I knew I wasn't tripping. This white motherfucker did try to sit up here and tell me hold on one second. What the hell is Mark Quinn? Is it MRC or MRQ?
Mark Quinn, yeah, it's a Q, I believe.
MRQ, but is it
MARC.
another
Uh,
huh? You say what? MARQ Mark, is it two Q's? Mark Quinn. Uh,
yeah, I think it
Oh
is.
no, I
I don't
don't
know,
know.
but yeah,
Anyway, I need a
it's
producer.
I think maybe that's
The thing is though, so okay, so the reason why I'm bringing all that stuff up, okay, so Leo Rush Russell, nobody ever found out the Martin brothers' ethnicity, right?
I said he was born in D.C. I know
Who?
Maryland
Who?
area. He was born in the Maryland area. Leo
No,
Rush.
I'm talking. I know he's an American Negro. I'm talking
Uh,
about the Martin brothers, the Lucha. What the fuck is their names? The Martin brothers, little light skinned curly hair motherfuckers.
Darius and Dante.
Tough Light.
Yeah, yeah. Did anybody find out what they mixed
I
with?
don't
I
know.
think they are.
They definitely mixed. Ain't no
Facebook.
way in hell these motherfuckers.
Mm,
They do look mixed.
I see
Looks
some
like they're
light
mixed.
skinned brothers who
Hold on one second. Let me try to get these motherfuckers up here real quick. What the fuck is their name? Who? Oh, Top Flight. Put this picture up here real quick. Negro, I want you to check this out real quick. Um, but so they wrestled, and once again, they wrestled on the pre-show, right?
no, they didn't. They didn't wrestle at all. It was. Oh yeah, they did. They did wrestle on the pre-show, and it looks like they continued the story with the breakup of him and like Andretti and Leo Rush doing that stuff.
Okay. The one look a little darker than I remember. But the other one is lighter I mean, not lighter, is as light as I remember. So I'm putting it up in the jumbotron real quick, Negro, so you could kind of check these out. Obviously, they mix, but I'm thinking like they mix with white, or they may not have the same daddy or something. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Mm.
So, in essence, the only non-mixed American Negro that wrestled on AEW World in the last pay-per-view of the year was Powerhouse
Powerhouse
Hobbs, right?
Hobbs, if he counts. Does he? Is he an American Negro?
You know what? Here's my thing right here. All right.
Is he?
Actually, Negro, I'm gonna put this in the jumbotron too. He's from Florida, and Chad, I don't know what the hell you doing, man. You the Florida man. You. Oh man, listen. This is what we about to do. I'm not gonna make the announcement right now. But I got certain people in key positions for a reason. Um, and you handle the tethers. You handle the Florida tethers, and so you supposed to be up here knowing and talking about this type of shit. And I need a producer because I'm tired of having to go through and look for this type of shit and do all this other different shit. when somebody else could be doing it. Um,
What up?
what up? What's going on?
Hold on, I gotta drop some groceries off at these Tether's house. Give me 1 second.
Okay, see, you see what I'm saying? You already know what tethers mean and all that shit. You live and you deal with these motherfucking people. Tell me, is Powerhouse Hobbs a fucking tether? He do look Caribbean, but they not saying shit
He
about.
do, yeah, he do look like he could be Caribbean, but as far as I'm concerned, as long as the brother don't say no shit, do no
No,
shit
see,
that
we're
is
not
that
about to go with
involves
that.
Tether and shit.
We're not about to go with that. We're not about to go with that. It ain't no as long as they do it because Bobby Lashley held this fucking position for 20 goddamn years. And on the 21st year, he told you that he wanted to erase blackness. Why sit around and wait for that shit, Chad? I'm adding you to the
Okay,
disappointed list.
I,
Why
I,
are y'all disappointing me
you
today?
didn't
What's going on?
you, you didn't let me finish. 400, let me finish.
Okay.
As long as he don't say nothing or do nothing, I can let him breathe. But other than
Okay.
that, he is a tether
Uh,
until proven otherwise.
uh,
And that's pretty much the position you got to go with it.
I get what you said. My bad. The thing is, like I said, you don't want to be all on edge with nobody. But right now, when everybody just being on all of they disrespectful moves, you right. It is. Dude just got to put them to the side for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I really don't know. He could be a Negro. He could be half FBA. He could be half Caribbean. That's what I'm thinking. He's from Florida. It's a high chance
He
that that
from
man is
Florida and he
half.
looked like a fucking Caribbean. He look like a goddamn Caribbean.
Yeah, he could be his mother could be a mixed breed of FBA and black, and his father could be a Haitian. I'm
On
gonna keep it
top
one
of that,
thousand with
on top of that, on top of that, he looked like a fucking wrestler. He looked like he should be your world champion. And if he was your world champion right now, when casual people turn on the TV and be like, damn, who in the fuck is this motherfucker? Speaking of who in the
you.
fuck is this motherfucker? Chad, introduce yourself and start talking shit right quick. I need to do this, and I can't talk and do this at the same time.
Hold on,
I'm
hold on.
putting you
This
out
man
there.
with
Go
this
ahead.
receipt and
Oh damn, you
hold
is
on, I
doing
got this.
something.
Yeah, this man with this receipt and hairline with the consistency of Lord Frieza is looking at me. So let me just give him his Jollof rice and Mantha and
That's
keep it
him.
going.
That's
And it's
what he
really
ordered for
Jollof
real.
rice. I'm real deal. He got Jollof rice, some Mantha, and what is this? And some okra. Okay, the okra threw me off. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Go ahead. I'm about to put this up. I want to share this dude. Do y'all know who World Breaker Savage is? He's not an American. But this dude right here, so I want to talk about Powerhouse Hobbs right quick because Powerhouse Hobbs looked like a wrestler. He looked like somebody that you should put effort, money, and time behind. You know what I'm saying? Um, we don't have to sit up here and talk about experience. I think physically, if you direct him and guide him in the match, he can do whatever you want him to do. But like I said, they're not putting the effort behind this dude. It don't look like he on.
Oh yeah, he just came back from injury.
Well, they
He
wasn't
came
doing
back from
shit with him
injury. He had
before
a
then.
really good match with
They
Takeshita.
wasn't.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the frustrating part is that they don't. The AEW does not realize its talents. They stick with the people that are way too.
Everybody looking at Jumbotron too
He
at the
to
guy I just put up.
honestly,
Go through his Instagram,
I
man. This
mean,
dude be
Powerhouse
beating the
Hub
shit out of people for real.
should be he should be a world champion right now. I think he should be that. And the one thing I want to see him in 2025, I just want someone to get off of this. I want him. If I was booking, I would be like, you know what? Hobbs kills everybody. He kills the entire Death Riders. He takes out Yuta, bloodies him, takes him out. Takes out Pop. Takes out Claudio. Takes out and the next he just takes out everybody, and he wins the world title. And who cares? And we just and Moxley is beaten down so badly, he goes away for a long while. We never see the Death Riders ever again. That should be
So
it.
you know that
He
here's
goes
the
in and
thing now.
takes
You
out
know,
everybody.
white folk would destroy their whole damn product before they put any effort behind an American Negro. White folk would destruct a lot of shit just so they wouldn't have to put over an American Negro. They will put that energy behind Warlord before they put behind Powerhouse Hobbs, right?
There's a reason why. It took Swerve that long to become a world
And
champion.
it's a
There's a
lot of
reason why
protests. It's a
it
lot of
took.
protests that got Swerve there, and I don't think that they was prepared for Swerve to be world champion. And you could tell because of the title reign, right?
The way it was booked.
Can you look at
I
Swerve
truly
last
think the
night
best
and
way they could have.
he get these big pops and all that shit, right? But like I said, if you never watched AEW before and you look at MJF, you could say, hey, I believe he was world champion before. You could look at Adam Page and say, hey, I believe he was world champion before. You could look at Kenny Omega and say, hey, I believe that he was world champion before. You could look at Samoa Joe and at least think that he got championship matches, even though he was world champion. Can you look at Swerve in the way that he's being booked today, even with how popular he has gotten, the pops that he's getting? Uh, can you look at Swerve today and say
It's
that
a
he was on
championship
a champion
run.
first off rip? Can you look and be like, oh damn, I think the way that they booking him,
No, honestly, sadly, no. He's at the position. If people say, "Oh, if he never had a world championship match or never had a world title," you'd be like, "Oh, 2025, he's the first to be the
right?
first world champion," and such.
So
And
here's the
I think
thing, just to
that's
circle back to this real
a
quick,
terrible
just to
stuff.
circle back to this real quick. Let's put this out on the table right
Um,
now. Do y'all think the Swerve gonna get that title again? Y'all think they're gonna incorporate Swerve back into the title picture again?
yes,
Oh wow.
yes, and hopefully with a better story.
When do
Yeah.
you think they are going to
Because
do that?
right now, I
Because you
hate
know
it.
No,
here,
because they got
I think
another
they
non-FBA to take his place. Bobby Lashley is going to be the next
oh,
person before Swerve gets
oh,
it. I guarantee you.
yeah.
ooh,
I guarantee
ooh,
Especially
that
you.
since
could
he
be
said
a
he
that
wanted to
is.
erase blackness.
He's already done put the coon hat
Mm.
on. You don't think them people didn't
Well,
hear that
wait a
shit?
minute, wait. Okay, so with that being said, do you believe that Swerve may beat Bobby Lashley for that title?
Possible, but Bobby's going to get a.
If
Bobby's
they
going to
if
get
they
a.
do it right.
They're gonna. That can happen, but I guarantee you, Bobby going to have a 6 month title reign opposed to Swerve's 3.
Um,
Oh yeah,
so
Yeah.
I don't
and
think that
and personally, and
I don't
honestly, the worst part about of this
I think that Swerve
is,
I think that Bobby
go ahead.
Lashley probably gonna have a 3-4 month reign too. But like
Mm.
I said, they only give these people these 3-4 months. Notice that every black champion only had 3 or 4 months ever, all of them. Even
Yep.
The Rock never held the title for 3-4 months. Longer than 3-4 months at a time.
And yeah, and he was Samoan in black
No, I
and
just said
such.
that. Yeah, you already know where I
And
stand with that. I just said that just to Um, but even The Rock though, just to show you the extent of everything. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, The Rock reigns may have been shorter. The
Yes,
longest
they
reign he
were.
may have had was probably in the mid 2000. Uh, if that. Wow, I'm gonna go back and check all that. The Rock has some very short reigns, but memorable. You know what I'm saying? And these people don't even have memorable reigns. Um, so the thing is this.
but that's because again, I turn back is their employees. They don't have any type of, you know, at the end of the day, if they're employees, they don't have the power that they should have.
Okay.
And the real power
Mm.
is ownership, like I keep saying. And not
When I
only
say
that, you have
memorable,
to have a system in place that likes you or whatever will push you and put you in relevant stories. And with WE right now, who's anywhere black wrestler right now? Anyone black wrestler right now is even close to being a champion right now. AEW, they're like 6 steps away. WE, they're like 20 steps away. And don't give me the NXT title. That's the third brand away. I'm talking about the WWE title and the world title. And AEW, I think honestly the sad part is I don't see any black champion until late 2025. They already got plans for Okada. They got plans for Kenny Omega. They probably got plans for Jack Perry. Jack Perry would sadly get more of a push than Swerve Strickland in 2025.
I think Osprey's
Nigga,
probably
So
going
that
to
that
win the
Jack
title
Jack
Perry
Perry
looks
would be
like
more
he
close.
takes
2025.
hikes with the mystery machine.
Yeah, but am I wrong though? Am I
No, you're
wrong
not wrong.
that
No, you're
that
not
Jack Perry
wrong.
is close to the world champ?
No, you're not wrong. Is it sad? Hell
Shoot,
yeah.
I would just say this: Jack Perry is more close. Jack Perry would probably become world champion before Kamal Hayes would. I mean, would you take that bet? You think
I don't take any
right
bets
now
on
anyone
pro
take a bet
wrestling.
that?
No one should take bets on pro wrestling, brother.
But yeah, but who do you think is having? Who's close to being a world champion?
Who's closer to
Jack
being
Perry or
world?
Kamal Hayes?
I would be inclined to stay more towards Carmelo Hayes because I have more information. I don't follow Jack Perry. I've seen his matches. I'm not impressed. As far as I'm concerned, he need to go and wait for Luchasaurus to get up off the injury reserve and click back up on him. With that being said, Carmelo Hayes is probably the most talented wrestler to come out of NXT next to Braun Breaker.